Well, hello everybody. Drinking some tea here. Happy Saturday. It's a chilly Saturday here in my part of the world. Still real icy. We got a lot of ice this last week. And it's warming up, but it's not melted yet. So it's a little tricky getting around. I hobbled my way up to the coffee shop a little earlier, and it's still really slippery out there. But that's my story. A little bit, you might have heard in my episode yesterday, a little bit froggy. My voice sounds a little radio voice there. So drinking some tea, and what can you do? What are we doing today? Well, we're gonna do a couple things. One is these guys. I ran back over to the old base, and we had some allay set up to pick up the torch flower seeds that the Sniffers were dropping. So I tore all of that down, and I thought we might bring it over here, and in one of these, oh, it's raining. In one of these in-between areas here, we might set us up a sniffer pen. I think that'd be kind of cool. So that's one thing. You also, probably if you watched my episode, saw that we were using a ton of andesite. Where are we at here? Andesite. I'm getting kind of low. I've got kind of my reserves over here, but we definitely need more andesite. So we might just spend some time mining today. Definitely need to do it. So this is all of the stuff I used for my sniffer seed collection situation. Good morning, Auntie Nick. Thanks for joining. Just kind of getting the day ready here. So yeah, step one, let's move these allay down to one of those in-between areas. And then step two, let's just mine a bunch of, hopefully, andesite. We'll probably get a lot of stone, which I don't think I need. No, I'm great on stone. It's the andesite. Andesite, using a lot of that in the nether. Let me know if my music is loud. I tried a little adjustment here. I tried streaming last week and it was a disaster. I tried to adjust the latency and the lag, and it was bad. It was real bad. So hopefully this week goes better. Okay, allay. What I'm thinking is this space here between what's ultimately going to be a picnic area and our fountain area, we've got this here. And we also have this in-between area over here, which is pretty flat, but there is the little doorway, kind of see it down there, that goes down to the slime farm. And there's also a bunch of pillars that support our minecart track. You can kind of see if we peek down here. Yeah, there's 3 pillars, and then this little doorway that goes down to the slime farm. And while this is nice and flat, there's just a bunch of stuff in the way. And I think this other space over here, even though it's on a little bit of a slope, I think it would be a better place to put Sniffers. What I'm thinking is there's this hill here, and if we just sort of cleaned up the bottom here so that there's a nice big flat area, that'd be a great place to put some Sniffers. And we don't need to do anything real permanent. If we just get them set up, I think that's going to be good enough for today. So, I hate allay. I don't know if I've made that clear. When we voted for these, I definitely did not vote for them. They do an okay job at what, you want them to do. I'm using an allay over here in the, what is it, a sugarcane farm? Where the sugarcane just get knocked down and then an allay goes and picks them all up and deposits them. So it's not like they're totally useless, but they're just dumb. Like, what's this guy doing? What are you doing? He's just... There he is. Yeah, allay. All right, sun is going down. Let's sleep real quick so we can get rid of this rain. This last episode, working in the nether, building lots of nether tunnels, got a lot of views compared to some of my other videos. Why, I don't know. Wasn't a particularly incredible thumbnail or an amazing title or content that I thought was unusually relevant, but lots of people discovering it, which is great. Slow and steady growth is what I call it. All right, step one, let's clean this up a little bit down here. Okay, so I think this is gonna be the bottom of the hill. We'll just kind of chop this off here. Yeah, that makes medium sense. Shovel. Gonna kind of go for it. You can always adjust it. I don't know if everybody pays attention to the snapshot, the development of the game and all of that, but they have definitely picked up development again. Most developers take holiday, usually towards the end of December, beginning of January, and they don't, release much during that time. But now that we are through that, they definitely have started picking up. Nothing super groundbreaking yet, as far as like new features or things like that. But one thing they did add, which is really fascinating, is the ability to adjust the size of your spawn chunks. Historically, the spawn chunks were a big old area around where you spawn into the world that stay loaded forever. And that's a great place, like in our world, that's where we built our iron farm, because it is, even when I'm not there, loaded and doing its thing. But it's loaded and doing its thing all the time, and that can be a little bit of a drag as far as performance, depending on your computer and all of that. I mean, even in my world, if I start moving around a lot, you can see I drop some frames and things like that. My computer is pretty powerful, but this is a big old world that I've been playing in for years and years and years, and there's a lot going on. Plus, when I first started this world, that was before caves and cliffs and all that, so the terrain is different, and who knows what else affects that performance. But back to my original point, the ability to adjust the size of the spawn chunks. They're advertising that by default they're going to be 90% smaller than they used to be. Lotner, hello. Lovely to see you in the chat there. Hopefully things are well with you. I was just talking a little bit about the recent snapshots and the adjustment to the spawn chunks, which also, like playing on a server, that can imagine have a massive impact on performance. How am I doing here? Got a nice big flat area, which was the goal. Let's fly up top and see what this looks like. Oh, you stupid LA. Stupid LA. Where am I? Oh, I'm way up here. Oof. Okay. Yeah, see? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. We can always clean up some of these little hard edges and stuff like that. Do I want to take this one back too? This layer here. Us there. I kind of do. Let's do that. How's Todd? Todd's okay. It's cold in this part of the world. We had big old snow and ice storm. Luckily, I didn't lose power. Lots and lots of people did, and I didn't go to work because where I work had no power for several days. So, yeah, it's been wild around here. The Pacific Northwest is very woodsy. You know, it's like a forest. Lots of big trees. And when we get ice and the trees get covered in ice, they fall down, and it can be pretty devastating. I've seen on the news people who their houses get crunched or their cars get crunched, roadways get closed off, power lines get knocked down, things like that. So it's pretty precarious. Yeah. The one thing I think is weird, I'll just say weird, is whenever we get snow here in the Pacific Northwest, which is usually like a week out of the whole year, we don't get a lot of snow, and we don't even really get a lot of good snow. You know, up on the mountains it gets snowy and there's skiing and things like that. But down in the valley where everybody lives, it's real windy and real wet, so we get lots of rain. But when it gets cold, it just gets gross and icy. And so the city usually just shuts down for a couple of days because it's a pain to get around. Our cities are not built for this. Like, we don't have snow plows and road de-icers. You know, like, it just doesn't happen enough that it makes any money or sense to spend money on it. And then you get these people from the Midwest or the eastern side of the United States who are like, oh, you guys don't know snow. And I always thought that sort of sentiment was so stupid. You know, it's like when it gets hot here too, you know, 100 degrees or, you know, high 30s if you're a Celsius person. And every time you're like, man, it's so hot, people are like, oh, I'm from here and you've never seen heat. It's like, okay, maybe it does get hotter there or gets hotter more often, but shut up. You know, hot is hot, and I am totally entitled to my opinion and experience. It's just dumb when people try to invalidate somebody else's experience. Anyway, that's my my soapbox there. Again, if music is too loud or my voice is too low or whatever, let me know in the chat. I made a few adjustments after last week's stream to see if things are better, so yeah, just let me know. Doot, 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 doot. All right. So what is it? It is approaching the end of January. Means we're almost into February. It is still hot and cold. After February, we got March, April, May, June, July, and then we're in the summertime. And I'm trying to remember last year when do the Minecraft updates come out? Usually summertime, isn't it? Well, summertime on my side of the world. Usually, I think it's usually July. What a mess. What a mess. And it's weird, this development cycle. They're doing some weird, like, 1.20.5 stuff, and then they're doing the 1.20.21, so I don't know what's going to be released when. Terraform this while we're over here and I've got all this dirt. Yeah, I agree. People should be more empathetic to each other as far as somebody's having a bad time and minimize that or whatever. Doesn't really help anybody. Yeah, Australia, I can't imagine seasons being the reverse of what I know. Usually holiday time I associate with snow and cold, and then my birthday is in July and it's usually hot, you know, on my birthday. But if I were in Australia, it would be totally the opposite. Uh-oh, sun's going down. Let's go sleep so I don't get tore out a bunch of torches, and I don't want to get attacked by monsters. So I was saying, like, snapshots. The latest snapshot, there's 1.20.5 features and there's 1.20.21 features. And it's real weird, like the armadillo, the way that the snapshot works, they're acting like it's going to be a 1.20.5 thing rather than 1.20.21. Same thing with like the villager trade rebalance. What is that? That's okay. Always clean it up more. So yeah, I don't understand, I guess, what's going to be 1.20.5 and what's going to be 1.20.21. Let's see here. This is the path right here. Yes, yes. Okay. Once we decorate this, I'm probably going to put a dark oak tree just like we did over there. So this needs to come out for amount. Two, three. Armadillo mob will be 1.20.5. That's weird. Historically, when they do the mob vote for the next big update, historically, I thought that'd be a new thing, which I don't hate. You know, it's like, why do we have to wait for everything? I guess, you know, for the next update, it'd be nice to roll things out. But it would be different than the past, I feel. 1.21, we've got the trial chambers, we've got the breeze. I think that's it, right? So far? If armadillo and dog armor is going to be part of 1.20.5. Oops. I too am excited. If you remember last year with 1.20, the things they announced at Minecraft Live were just a smidgen of what ended up being included. There was a lot of stuff they added in later, so hopefully we'll start hearing some of that stuff, some late additions to the update. I don't know what else I would add. I'm one of those just grateful to get a free update for a game that's been out for over 10 years. But, you know, there's a lot of rumor and whatnot. You know, like an end update would be a worthwhile thing. A combat update would be worthwhile. There's lots of stuff they could do. since we got better caves and cliffs, structure revamp. Because like the stronghold and the desert temples, not a very big structure when you compare them to like a trial chamber or even like a bastion remnant. Those are such large structures by comparison. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they come up with. How are we doing? Okay, I think. All right, good enough for now. Let me do the little light thing here. Oh yeah, I need to put some torches down. This is a mod that I think I saw Angotech use, and like one of the best things I've stumbled across, especially when you're like lighting up builds and stuff like that. Shows you where the light levels are at. Super handy. All right, good enough. Okay, got this nice big flat area here. Let's want to put some sniffers down here, but I don't want the sniffers to run away, so let's grab some wood so I can build a simple little fence. Boom. What's got in here? Wood? No. Wood? Yes. Yeah, it is mini HUD. You guessed it. It's a little bit of a weird mod to install because it needs the additional, I can't remember what it's called, something lib to work. And it does a lot as far as like spawn areas and things like that. I just use it for the light level. Let's see. Science changing for mobs with commands. Yes. You know, I've loved that they've always had that, I think it might just be called the giant, you know, the giant, huge zombie. And it's such an interesting idea to be able to make any mob huge or teeny. Let's see here. Fences? 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 Yes. Plop. Need more fences than 33? I can't imagine. Just in case. Sniffers. This area has turned out pretty cool. I had like the faintest idea of how it was going to go, and turned out pretty awesome. Let's see. I'm thinking I just want to build a real simple, like I was saying, sniffer pen. I can always clean it up, make it look nicer later. And I suppose somewhere back here I will put the allay so that they can sit there and collect torch flowers. Keep it allay. Tiny spiders. I've not heard of that one. I've heard of, I think, Spiders 2.0, which adds really realistic animation, which is really gross for the spiders. Tiny spiders sounds terrible. One thing I love with the armadillos, since they eat spider eyes, spiders are going to run away from them. And so, like spider farms, you could literally use armadillos to drive spiders now, which I think is such a cool idea. Or you could bring an armadillo with you into a mine shaft, and then when you run across the spider spawners, just park your guy. Let's see. Let's come out about this far? This far? I don't know. All the way to the wall? This is just temporary. You don't have to get too fancy here. Plop, 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 plop. All right, where'd my sniffer eggs go? Plop, plop. Great. Put those in there, put these in there for now. And let's go sleep the night away. There's a lot of people complaining about the armadillo, which I don't get. I don't get the hate. I don't get the negativity from the community. I think, like I said, we should just be happy that we're getting a free update for a game that's over 10 years old. Yeah, the people who get so grumpy. And you know, so far the armadillo is exactly as advertised. It's a mob. It curls up when it gets startled, it drops scute, and that's it. You know, that was the deal. People get so bent out of shape about it. So dumb. So dumb. Let's see, where's my little chest? There we are. This can be temporary too. You here. How's this gonna go? Let me think about this. Grab some temporary blocks. Pretend here where my note block is gonna be. Plop. Great. And then I want to surround it. Where's my fences in? Plop, plop. What have I done? What have I done? Messed up. I thought I grabbed all the hoppers. Did I do this differently over there? How did I do this? Let me think about that. Oh, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. Okay. This goes here. There we go. Okay, so this is where I want my allay to approach, and they will throw their stuff at that. And what? My observer. An observer, it is facing away from me. Starts making terrible noises. Great. Fantastic. This is why I wanted to put it way over here, is because it's gonna make stupid noise all the time. Let's put temporary. Can't put a block on top of it because then it'll stop making noise. I guess this is fine. I guess this is fine. Let's go grab some allay. better or worse? I feel like that's worse. Put that back. Here we go. Choo. Okay. Hang on, let me get caught up on the chat here. I will look out for the spider clip. Yeah, I don't know why people get so grumpy. Just kind of the way the world is right now. People love to complain. I suppose the world's always been kind of like that. What? Okay. Come this way, Alay. This way. So obnoxious. Use the leads. Play with the leads, probably not. Come on. That's what I want in the update. I want the ability to hold something in my hand and lead every single type of mob, villagers included. I should be able to hold a diamond in my hand and a villager will follow me. You know what I mean? Okay, so if I untie you, are you gonna stick around? Are you gonna be into that thing? Please? I think they are. I think we're gonna be okay. Belay. Alright, where's my horse stuff? Beads are horse stuff, right? Yes, they are. Okay. Fence back. Loop. Okay, we did it. Got potentially some sniffers that will hatch in there, and we can expand this so they have a nice big area to wander around. And the Allay will collect their stuff, and we can make that look prettier or more permanent at some point. And then when we kind of landscape this, it'll look fantastic. So that'll be great. And then what I was thinking is the torch flowers. I was thinking about using those in the picnic area. So this will kind of set us up for success there. We haven't used really any orange flowers. Thinking like torch flowers, maybe some orange tulips in this area. That would kind of set it apart a little bit. But yeah. Yes, the Allay. Can you imagine using Allay to get around? That'd be something. Let's do that. Anything else in here? Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here. Okay, let's just grab this. And we're gonna go mining, I think. Dump off this dirt first. Grass. This goes here. Grass. Dirt. Here. Dirt. More fences. Torch flower seed. Here. Fences go over here. This guy, and let's jump into the nether. All right. I've done a little bit of work on the tunnels from my last episode. Very excited to show off what those are going to look like in the next week. Let's see, this is my mine right here. Okay. It's been a while since I've been down here. Let me see if I remember there any fires I need to put out or anything? This, which dealt with yet. Yeah, there was an aquifer that I got through last time. Remnants of it. This. Oh yes. There's a little cave here as well. Okay. It might get a little bit interesting as we start to dig. We might hit more water or whatever the heck this is. We'll see. Set this guy here. Plop. Bring torches. I did not. I've got 37 torches and I left my ender chest up top. Okay. Go grab some torches. My ender chest is way out nether where I was doing the tunnel work, so we won't worry about that. I grabbed a bunch of honeycomb because I'm going to need candles in one of my tunnels. What am I looking for? Torches. There you are. Torch. Have a couple of stacks because we'll probably need them. And there we go. Now we're ready. Good to see you, Lautner. Thank you for popping in. And I'll check that spider situation in Discord and I'll let you know what I think. It sounds terrifying. Okay, now that we have torches, do some digging. Remember how far I was spacing my torches out either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 16, 20, 25. Cool. Off. Excuse me. Thank goodness for the mute button. Oh boy. We're not through the aquifer yet. We're growling. Oh. Maybe we are through the aquifer. Plop. Here we go. Of course, I washed my torches away, and now it's going to be super dangerous down there. Zombies coming from? Can't tell. I can't tell. I'll have to explore that a little later. Don't want to get too distracted. Andesite, that's why we're here. We need andesite. There, just so I don't get anything creeping in on me here. One, two, three. Lots of gravel. Lots of gravel. Alright. Grab our shovel. Oh, of course, as soon as I grab my shovel, we're done with the gravel. That's how it goes. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 25 right there. Site. Yikes. Do I want to collect now? I'm just going to leave all this stuff for now. I can come back and get it. Andesite. That's why we're here. Counting how far I've gone. All right. Oop, more water. Lots of water. Okay. I'm gonna deal with all that right now. I don't really want to. Dirt. Where's the andesite at? Okay. You know what I could do? I could just go back through my old tunnels and see if I've got andesite in there. That might make a little more sense. I don't need all this stone. The gravel, keep the ores. Got so much flint. You're a zombie. Zombie groans. Above me? So weird. I don't know where a zombie would be. Anyway, I don't need all the stone. We're gonna ditch it for now. I can't find the zone. So I just picked up all my garbage. Weird. Wouldn't be in the water. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Let's go back through and look for some andesite. Andesite, andesite. Here's some. This was much smarter. This was the smart thing to do. Go back. Already mined. I was thinking back about when I started playing Minecraft and some of the things that like you just didn't know. This was all kind of brought on by an article that I read recently about how people were saying that Minecraft does not do a very good job of explaining itself in the game. Like, as an example, would you know how to make a portal if you didn't look it up? You know, that sort of a thing. That the game doesn't do a very good job of explaining how to progress. You have to either talk to somebody or look something up. And so I was thinking about that. I remember when I first heard or read that you can build a portal and go to this hell realm called the nether. When I first heard it, I was like, I felt like I was being trolled. I was like, is that real? And then you build it and this purple shimmery thing appears, and it was one of the coolest moments in a game because I had no idea that that was a thing. And I remember also the first time that I was caving and I saw an Enderman. I later learned that they don't care to be looked at directly in the eye. That's a whole separate thing. But you would hear that whoop sound and in the caves, you know, what is that? What is that? And yeah, once I got deep enough and dark enough, found one, and I was like, what the heck is that thing? Such a cool moment. Find this creature that I hadn't run across before. I also, kind of embarrassingly, remember when I learned that you could hold Shift, the sneak key, and it would keep you from walking off of an edge. I built a mob farm, like a mumbo jumbo style mob farm way up in the sky before I understood how to sneak and keep from falling off of ledges. And I fell so many times. And I remember watching people in videos and just being like, wow, they are so good at staying on the edge without falling off, or, you know, pillaring across without falling off. And yeah, when I learned, oh, you just hold down shift and that'll keep you from falling off the ledge. Game changer. But there's lots of stuff like that. There's lots of little learns that you don't know, you don't know. Even that first time you play and that first night where you're like, oh, monsters come out when it gets dark. I gotta figure this out. Sort of dig into a hillside and just sit there all night waiting for the light to come back. Fun stuff. They kind of brought some of that back with the caves and cliffs. You know, the first time that you find one of those giant caves is such a wonderful and wondrous moment. Captures some of that original gameplay where you see things that you've never seen before. Super fun. Alright, how we doing? I've still got some room. I'm gonna fill up my inventory and then I'll run back and dump it off, and then I think definitely use a few stacks of andesite, I think. Every single design in my new nether tunnel situation uses andesite. One thing I am looking forward to, and I hope they implement, is the villager trade rebalance situation. I think my next series that I do is going to be dependent on that. What I mean is it is going to very much kind of inform how I play. I've got some cool ideas that are kind of directly a result of that change. So I'm excited for them to add that in. I'm curious whether they will add it in at all, or if it will be a 1.20.5 thing, or if it'll be a 1.20.21 thing. So that is kind of what I'm waiting to see. That is, like I said, going to determine a lot of how the next Let's Play world goes. Wow, there's lots of andesite down here. Yeah, a lot of what I've learned was very much from watching other people play. There's a few. Oh, am I full inventory? I'm full inventory. How do I get out of here? There's a few of the usual suspects, you know, some of the hermitcraft people. Very, very helpful, especially as far as like redstone goes, stuff like that. That's a whole thing too. You know, I remember the first time I saw, you know, recipes for redstone components, and the redstone torch, like, it's kind of a dim torch, I guess. Not understanding at all what these things were capable of, and that took a long time for me to unlock. I'm okay at it now, you know, and I understand. I'm not great at designing things. I'm okay at designing things, but oops. I'm pretty good at explaining things. So, oh, this is a whole situation. So if there's, you know, a circuit that I use or something like that, I didn't necessarily invent it. You know, somebody who's very clever and smart, like a Mumbo or an Etho or those types of people, made that sort of, that sort of breakthrough. Oh dear, way down here. Oh, it's not a. It's just a waterfall, isn't it? Oh boy. Oh gosh, I don't want to do this. Let's get situated here. But while I'm not brilliant at inventing, I'm pretty good at explaining. I understand the concepts. I have kind of that teacher quality, I guess. And it's amazing that they've been able to expand that system. You know, the addition of the crafter block is going to be a pretty big deal, I think. I'm very excited for the potential builds that could come out of that. The factories and the crafting automation. I think it's going to be super fun. So much andesite back here. It's really weird. We were looking for it earlier and couldn't find any. Oh, it's just all right here. I'm very curious what the future of this game is. Will there eventually be a Minecraft 2.0? Or you know, will they abandon development and just allow people to mod it and call that good enough? I'm interested as far as what that will look like. Obviously, we can playing this game as long as we want. As long as people are creative, really no bounds as far as what can do. Oh. A whole situation down there. One thing I think is important is, as far as my channel goes, I'm just going to do what I like to do. I don't really want to chase an algorithm or that kind of thing. There's always like what's trending, what are people all doing hardcore Minecraft or some of the like the skyblock and stuff like that. Cool. People can do that if they want to do that. Not really my thing. I mean, if it was interesting to me, then I would do it, but it's just not super interesting to me right now. I very much like the vanilla game and the building, the exploration, all of that. Let's see. And then as far as the community goes, I think it's super important to stay positive. Cynicism and negativity are really contagious, and they are poison. That is how you want to ruin something. That's the way to do it. Be cynical about it. And a lot of people do it not wanting to ruin the thing. They do it because they like the thing, and they're being cynical because it's not the way it used to be, or because it should be better than it is, or I remember when, or just some, either entitlement or frustration. People are funny as far as what motivates them. Quickest way to just ruin something is to be cynical about it. Much better to be constructive or cooperative, provide feedback, opinions. I kind of want to go down there, and I kind of don't want to go down there. Oops. On it. Regular stone, do I? No, not. Here. Here. Water under control here. There. Alright, that's gonna go away. Pretty big. Oops. Oh, now I've done it. Aha. Mobs. Mob City. I'm gonna get in trouble here, I know it. Them all. Oop. Might see a big cave. any torches, so I don't think I've been... Well, unless those are torches. Can't tell if I've been down there or not. How do I get back up? Here, I think. So, yes. Put some of this side away. Andesite, 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 andesite. One, two, three, four, five, 6 more stacks. Oh, skeleton rattle. See, where's my mobs at? Around here somewhere. Weird. It's weird. Andesite City. Fall down in the caves. My life advice for you today. Don't be cynical. Don't fall down in the caves. I want those 4 andesites, but I don't want to fall down in the caves. We're gonna let them go. Let it go. Okay. Cool. Made a sufficient mess here. Our beautiful mine, but that's what it's for, right? Fall down in the caves. Ooh, creeper. Come on, look at all those mobs. So many. Fun. Let's see, I got 1, 2 in a bit. Keep clearing out this wall. Get a couple more stacks, and we'll call Project Andesite good. Do 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 do. Do do do. One thing I was thinking about is I'm down in the left-hand corner, and then you got your game that you're watching. I wonder if, like, I've got a little post-it note down here with like my to-do list. We need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. And I was wondering if it would make sense, like if maybe in the top right-hand corner of the screen I had the to-do list superimposed or available or something. That way if somebody just popped in on the stream later, like they'd know what we were up to, or I wouldn't have to re-explain what I'm working on. Just a thought. Some people just like to watch mining, you know, and that's cool. But somebody knew, like, oh, we're mining specifically for andesite. That might be of value to somebody, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Andesite. Another thing I was thinking about, I use a program called OBS, which is the Open Broadcast something. And it is a free program, open source, and it's pretty much what everybody uses for streaming or this sort of a game recording kind of thing. And it's weird to me that, like, it's the thing, like it's the only thing that I'm aware of. I'm not even familiar with like paid programs that do this sort of thing. You would think somebody would make something. There is like Streamlabs, which I think they just took OBS and put a skin on it, maybe a couple of adjustments, because it is open source, you know, they can do that kind of thing. Uh-oh. I found the cave again. But yeah, I'm surprised that there's not like other software that people like to use. Oh, we're tempting fate now. All gonna go down there? It's a bit. Okay. Coal. I love coal. You know me. You know, there probably is software out there that news organizations and different people use. And I bet you it's expensive and kind of niche, and that's why nobody's ever heard of it. But I'm just surprised more people don't use other things, I guess. Right here. Is it efficiently lit up? Slave? Over here. This way, right? Yes. Do. Nice. Okay. That is a full shulker box. Where is my torches on the walls and my water situation, and this, I'll clean that up later. And this I'll clean up later, and mystery zombie I'll track down later. I wonder if this goes down to that same cave. It's probably all connected. All right, let's hop back through. Hey, here's some andesite. Oh wait, I want andesite for nether project. Should I just leave it in the nether? No, let's take it back. Pop this down here. Bowl goes over here in bowl drawer. Pop. Cool. Well, I feel pretty good about that. That should be enough to get me through a lot of these tunnels. More coal. Other ores. Ore. Gravel. Great. Fantastic. Super good. There. Oh. Have sniffers yet? We do have sniffers. Look at that. Look at that. Check them out. Oh, I didn't grab torches. Or I did grab torches, I didn't grab rockets. Always the best. Jumping off something when you aren't sure if you're going to be able to fly. There's such weird things. Have we gotten any yet? Not yet. Okay, that's okay. That's one allay. Where's the other allay? Hello? Oh, he seems to be... There he is. There's the worst, right? Like, what are you doing over there? Seriously. Unacceptable. Okay. Choo. Let's see here. Another thing I wanted to do to get prepped for the next episode, plant some trees. Oak trees so we can get some leaves, and maybe spruce trees. Every time I build one of these little areas, I always end up using a lot of leaves. Pop, 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 pop. 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 And then the spruce saplings. I think we're going to use some spruce when we build these picnic area things over here. I was looking up picnic tables. What do people do? And there's some really cool designs out there, so we will play with some of those. See what's what. Good enough. Cool. All right. I feel pretty good about all this. We got some sniffers over here. Have the allay contraptions set up, which is great. Got a little bit of terraforming. We grabbed a bunch of andesite. Clean up sniffers. Actually did that. I'm gonna take that off our little wall of tasks. Done. Nice. Another tunnel to mangrove swamp. Tunnel to mesa. I'm close on those. Next episode we'll probably get a lot of that done. Cool. Hello, Douglas. Welcome to the stream. I was just going to take a break and refresh my tea real quick. So far, we got some Sniffers moved over here. Got some andesite. I'm going to get some more tea, and then I think we will move into the nether. Just do some block placing for a while. So hang tight. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see here. My last episode got a massive start on tunnels. Tunnels in the nether. My ice situation has been pretty good. Work was closed for a couple of days because there was no power. I have not lost power, so I've been very fortunate in that regard. It's cold, and yeah, not pleasant to get around in, but I've been pretty lucky, all things considered. Okay, this massive gray tunnel transitions into this yellow glass tunnel. Super cool. And then up here, I started work on this next section, and it looks really cool. Look at that, that's just so fun. So ultimately what we're gonna do is this kind of curve of andesite with these, I don't know if you want to call them supports or whatever, made out of basalt. And then we'll do frog light, no frog light, no frog light, no frog light, frog light, no frog light, no frog light, no frog light, etc. So I need to get all of this andesite in, but I just love the look of this basalt. It's so like mesmerizing. So cool. Yeah, I went for a walk today just to grab coffee, and it was a little sketchy. Like the sidewalks are still all ice and all of that. But I was the same way. Like, I've just been sitting on a couch for the longest time. Let's see. Let's turn some of this. Ooh, whoops. These plop and plop. Let's see how far that gets us. I'm just curious. Excuse me, Mr. Pig. Thank you. Okay, so we're doing stairs on the bottom, stairs, stair on the top. Stairs on the bottom, stairs, 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 stair on the top. Yes. Oops. Messed up already. Very cool. It's so cool looking. Excuse me, Mr. Pig. Excuse. Thank you. This is not helpful, Mr. Pig. Excuse. Earlier in the stream, I was talking about how the Pacific Northwest doesn't get a ton of snow, and so it's always a situation. We just get so much ice, and things break, and it's just awful. Pop, 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 pop. Whoa, not cool, man. Take your crossbow for that. Dude just walked up and cocked his crossbow. Can you believe it? Can't even believe it. Okay, how far did that get us? That got us pretty far. That was 2 stacks of andesite. A little better than halfway down the tunnel. So that shouldn't use much more than, say, another 2. Look at all those pigs down there. They're gonna be so unhappy with me. Should I put on some gold boots? I probably should, huh? So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 stacks probably to get all the way down here. Yeah, when this is like this on both, it's gonna look so good. I'm really pleased with this. And then I suppose a gray carpet. Do a darker gray maybe? That would match the basalt. We'll figure that out. Hello, I found this. Yeah, I know a couple of people who don't have power still. And I can't imagine, it got so cold. And not having power, that would have just been miserable. But yeah, I think Eugene, Springfield area, like almost the whole city is still without power. It's just wild. And I can't imagine working for the power company, you know? It's like when the power goes out and you have to go fix it, it's like the worst time to be outside. Like, it's just gotta be the worst. It's an awful, awful time. Because, you know, the power's not gonna fail when it's nice outside, because why would it? Okay, I feel pretty good about our work today. We got a bunch of mining done. We got the Sniffers situation set up, a little terraforming. Yeah, good, all good. I'm gonna continue working on this tunnel, I think, so that by next episode I'll have something to present. This tunnel and this tunnel I've done a little bit of work on, but I don't want to spoil those quite yet. Because they're starting to come along and I'm pretty pleased with those. And then that other tunnel that goes from the mesa, that's going to be a whole thing. A whole thing. So we'll get to that eventually as well. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to wrap it up today. Very pleased with the work I got done. I really appreciate everybody popping in. It was nice to see some familiar faces throughout the stream. Hopefully do this again next Saturday, now that we've gotten through the holiday and all that weirdness. Should get back on a more predictable cadence. And it's going to be great. So again, thanks everybody, and I will see you next one.